Can this coin explode in 2025? I am talking about Arbitrum ARB. See what has happened in this market. I think it has a very good chance that it could explode this year, and I will tell you guys why that is based on what I'm seeing on the charts here. Since my last update on Arbitrum, it has actually broken out of this pattern here I've talked about. And if you guys have been following my channel, you guys know that I have been telling you guys that a falling wedge pattern, which is the pattern we're seeing here, is probably the most common pattern you guys will see if you guys learn how to chart these markets on your own. And it is a also very simple but effective pattern because it tells you after an extensive downtrend that a breakout to the upside is more likely. In this case, you guys do see that Arbitrum has actually broken out of this pattern here. This is the weekly time frame, so it could take some time to play out. Now, the price target out of this pattern is going to be about $2.20, okay? Price targets are estimates only, okay? There could be more and there could be less. Very much depends on what type of market that we're in. And in this case, I think we're in a very bullish market because Bitcoin has actually just broken above its all-time highs at about that 110K level, okay? That is big, okay? Basically, I'm comparing this to basically December 2020, the start of the last bull cycle. If you guys have been around that long, tell me, what your experiences have been like during that bull cycle. I think this is very much going to be the start of this bull cycle. It's been 4 years. So I think, that's why I also think, that adds up to another reason why I think this is the start of the bull cycle. 2025, 2021, 2017. Okay. So I think it's actually been a pretty good timing so far. Now, Arbitrum here has broken out of this pattern. I think, could this coin be explosive? I think it has a high chance of it being so. Of course, also have to consider the downside risk as well. And of course, it also depends on Bitcoin, okay? If Bitcoin runs like it did during the last bull cycles, I think these altcoins are definitely, going to have a pretty good chance of it pumping. Okay. Um, the downside risk, of course, just because it broke out, right? It doesn't 100% mean that it's going to go towards its price target. I've seen different scenarios, right, where price action could dump back into the pattern or just flops after a breakout short of the price target. So those are some downside risks to consider as well. I've seen many of those scenarios throughout my 5+ years of trading. So just letting you guys know, right? Let's go ahead and zoom in here and see what could be happening. Okay, I am long on quite a bit of these altcoins. I am not in Arbitrum right now, but I am long on Bitcoin, quite a bit of the altcoins across the board. Probably gonna be one of those markets I will look for an opportunity to trade some leverage in because it is a bigger altcoin and it doesn't move as as big as the smaller altcoins. Um, but yeah, this is basically what I'm seeing. It's a 4-hour time frame, right? There is a bearish pattern here, rising wedge pattern, which is basically the inverse of a falling wedge pattern, and it usually breaks to the downside, and in this case, it did on a shorter time frame. Breakdown target is going to be about 42 cents. Let's see if Arbitrum gets there. Quite a bit of moving averages in between the price action and that breakdown target. On this time frame, I am seeing the 4-hour 50 moving average, the white line here at about 45 cents. That could be support. Okay. So this is basically what I'm seeing. Of course, what I'm saying here, everything I'm saying here is just my opinions, not financial advice, and you should do your own research. If you guys want to continue seeing more of Arbitrum, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.